Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. This is Alfie Townsend. You're listening to Saving the Investor radio show. We have an exciting show today. John's going to talk a little bit about that, so you're probably going to want to get your pad out and take some great notes. There's a lot going on, and hopefully Biden might be listening to us, John. We don't know.
Never know. He's definitely hearing well. We know that. But welcome, Southwest Florida, to Saving the Investor radio program with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie has over 40 years experience as a certified financial planner professional, and he's a fiduciary, which means his responsibilities to you. And if you've been putting your economic decisions on hold, you really need to grab a hold of Alfie's free toolkit that will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. Inside Alfie's toolkit, there's a wide range of materials such as will your money last as long as you do? Are you paying too much taxes in retirement? The Social Security Decisions Guide, and will a recession, if we have one, rob your retirement? All you have to do to get Alfie's toolkit is simply text the word KIT, that's K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Listen, if you don't text, you can pick up the phone, call the operator, tell them I want to take advantage of Alfie's free offer today. His toolkit, 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. Today, we're going to start with the market update, and we do have three special guests joining us in studio for our second segment, so we don't want you to go away. We want you to stay tuned. But, Alfie, the markets have been hot, very volatile as usual, but Powell's been talking, and the markets are prepared for what's about to happen.
I've been talking about this, on Drew's show on Monday, but I believe, John, the reason why the markets are doing as good as they're doing is that they are pricing in a President Trump win.
Really?
And I've been feeling that for a long time, and also Wall Street Journal's talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it because ever since that debate, the market has been climbing, and that's just a very good indicator. It's the highest percentage of him winning since the debate. So that's, remember, markets look ahead. They're not looking at what's happening right now. They're looking ahead, and I think that's what we're experiencing right now. Now, we did have some numbers that come in, jobless claims. They did have drop to the lowest level since May, so that's, good news there. They dropped lower than expected. And we have the CPI numbers that came out. That's for inflation. And so inflation is cooling. This means that and retail sales are down, and that's the first time since the pandemic. So you can tell the economy is slowing up a little bit. Our guests that we're going to have on, they own a restaurant. We're going to talk all about that real soon. But with that being said, it looks like we're going to have some rate cuts, and the first one might be September. That's what we're hearing.
Yeah, that'd be a nice thing to see. But what is he talking about? Half a point, quarter point?
I think they're going to probably start,
slow, right?
Slow, yeah. There's no reason to, remember, we're never going to see these rates like we saw is
0%, right?
2.8 on a mortgage. That you're not going to see that. That typical mortgage is going to be that 4 to 5, and that's still a good rate. But right now it's at 7. But we remember it when it was 2.5%, 3%. People were, you get used to that. We had low inflation, we had low interest rates, but no one was making any money on their money market accounts. So it's not bad to have some interest rate. You want to have some interest rate. And if something happens, God forbid, we had a terrorist attack or the economy went real bad, you have to have something there to be able to lower the interest rates to get the economy going again. So it's not the worst thing to have a little bit, interest of more than, 4%.
Yeah, and typically, as you always talk about in an election year, the markets pretty much know that there's pretty much gridlock right now, so they're pretty stabilized. I mean, we're breaching on all-time highs in a couple of sectors there, which is amazing in the midst of a high inflationary, high interest rate environment. What do you see as the interest rates come down? Is that a boom for the markets and retail sales and possibly homes being sold again? Because 7%, like you said, is really a low number in the gist of 100 years.
You're right. It is, and it's you're going to see. We were just talking to a client yesterday. I know it's Saturday morning, so it was Friday or Saturday, or Friday or Thursday. We were talking to this client, and he was getting some work done on his house, and the guy was saying, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. It costs me $2,000 a month, and it's hard to find work right now. And he was a contractor. I think they were all at our house last week.
Yeah.
We had
It's booming over there.
14 trucks there. So it is slowing down a little bit. You can see that. We're going to talk to our guests here real soon and talk about how is the restaurant business, because it is every time I go out, it's $100 a person anymore. It's just
More than that, I think.
It's just I've never experienced it that much. So and that's probably one of the first things people will start cutting back on, I would think, is entertainment restaurants. Hopefully, that's not happening in the Naples area. But we do have some CPI numbers came out. Gas prices they did drop in June. I think they went up in July though, because we just filled our boat up and it wasn't, the best price there. Now, used car sales came down and trucks fell, about 1.5%. So things are starting to come down. But again, the auto insurance rose, again, they raising their rates, and insurance, I think, is going to be the hardest thing in Southwest Florida.
Yeah,
in insurance
expensive. Even car insurance has gone up.
Between your homeowner's insurance, car insurance, business insurance is very, very, health insurance is very expensive.
Yeah, well, we're past 6 months of 2024. And if you've not had a review on your portfolio, you really want to sit down with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples. He has 2 beautiful offices. Alfie, as a certified financial planner professional, has over 40 years experience in this industry, and he's a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, not the products or services that he offers here through the Advantage Retirement Group. And he has what's called a retirement simulator process that will take a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. He's going to expose all the hidden fees inside your portfolio that could be eating up your returns each and every year. He's going to make sure that you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly. How about not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you get each and every year? He's going to show you really what your risk factor is, and it's not 0 to 10. He has a program that's a deep dive and in-depth program that will tell you exactly what your risk tolerance is. You owe it to yourself to let him do this retirement simulator process, and best of all, he's offering to you complimentary today. So if you pick up your phone, all you have to do is text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Again, if you don't text, you can call the operator or text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077. You could sit down with Alfie and position yourself, especially if you haven't had a review in a long time, or maybe you've been stuck in one place with your current advisor and you're really not moving in the direction that you'd like to move in. Alfie is really a professional certified planner that will give you a strategy and an income plan that will not only get you to retirement, but he's going to help you get through retirement. Again, text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, people really need to grab a hold, especially in an election year, to make sure that they're positioned properly, don't they?
That's just what I was thinking when you were saying all this, John. This election year, you're going to have volatility typically, and I've been telling you that majority of the time the markets are up during an election year. That's a good thing, but you are going to experience volatility, and you have to be positioned. If Trump does win, you're going to see a market that is going to take off like you've never seen before, because regulations are going to be cut. We're going to be independent, really energy independent. So great things are going to happen. So if you're not in the market now, you're trying to, inch your way back in it. There's some things that we can do to help you dollar cost average in there. But there's, I would have to say you want to be in the market because inflation is more than what you're getting paid at the, what CDs are paying you at the bank and things like that. You want to definitely stay tuned. We're going to have the owners of Bistro 821, and this is a restaurant in Naples. I've been there. You don't want to, if you've never been there, you need to go there. We're going to talk to the owners and the chefs, and we're going to talk to the past chef, I should say. So stay tuned for that. It's Bistro 821, and you're going to want to hear what they have to say. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. You know, Alfie's brand new book was in high demand last week, making waves in retirement. And due to popular demand, he's offering this complimentary copy that awaits you today. All you have to do to claim your book is text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. Don't miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he has helped save. Either call the operator or text the word book to 239-747-1077. And in this segment, we're going to be talking with three incredible guests, the owners of Bistro 821. And Alfie, I know you've been there, you've eaten there, and you said it was phenomenal.
You're a foodie, John, so you're going to have to.
You didn't call me that time.
I know, I didn't call you that time. We'll get you there, but we're going to start with one of the co-owners. His name is Jesse Hausman. And Jesse, I want to start with, how long has this restaurant been in business?
Well, we opened the business in 1994. I believe it was February 14th or so, right around there. And what a start. Wow, that was when Fifth Avenue was really just turning into something new.
Great, and so it's been, and now we have 30. Yeah, we have our friend Scott Williams. Scott, tell us a little bit about that. Were you in the restaurant business, or is this something new?
I was not. I am just literally retiring from corporate America from about 25 years in the business, but I have not been in the restaurant business. So it was kind of a two-pronged approach. Personally and professionally, it was a good time for me. Professionally, I'm in a place where I've always tried to serve others, put other people first, and a local restaurant like the Bistro is fantastic because our people are what matters, and our customers, it's a place that you can come for. Everyone will know your name, so we're pretty personable.
I like that, and like you said, I went there one time, and I'm gonna definitely come back to it because it was my friend introduced me to you and Don Ross, and you guys go back many years over in Ohio. So this is it's nice to be probably out of Ohio into this beautiful Southwest Florida.
Absolutely. One of the things that we try to deliver at the Bistro is consistency.
Yes.
And while we don't have deep pockets like some of the other corporations do, you consistently seem to put out wonderful product at a great price. And I was listening to your earlier comments. We have kept our prices well within reason.
Yeah.
And actually, comparatively speaking, at a lower point than other restaurants on Fifth.
Yeah, and there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of big corporations that moved in on Fifth, and now that's your competition, but you're able to survive because you've been there a long time and you have that reoccurring customer that comes back, so you must be doing something right. I want to bring Jonathan. It's Duru.
Correct.
So Jonathan, tell us a little bit about what your role is at the Bistro 821.
Well, Jesse Hausman hired me about 3 years ago to be his executive chef.
Awesome.
I have taken over many roles in the restaurant, general manager, in charge of all the maintenance, just making sure that operations run on a daily basis to my owner's standards.
Absolutely. And that dish that I had, what was that dish that I had?
You had to pick three.
And what was in that pick three?
You had a lobster tail.
Yes.
You had our signature Chilean sea bass and coconut crusted snapper.
That's great. Well, let me ask you guys this. Being in the midst of high-end restaurants that are down there on Fifth Avenue and the surrounding area there, you have longevity from 1994, which is amazing. So you're definitely doing something right. What would you say that really sets you apart of why people would want to come in, and what are some of your top dishes that would really draw the audience that's listening, that would really be appealing to them?
Our miso marinated Chilean sea bass.
Yeah, it was awesome.
With a lemon butter sauce is
You're
our
making me
number
hungry
one
now.
signature dish. The recipe hasn't changed for 30 years, nor will it ever change. Our second most popular dish is the coconut crusted snapper with our house-made sweet Thai chili sauce and topped off with crushed peanuts, served with jasmine rice and Asian stir-fried vegetables. But our signature appetizer are grilled prawns over a crispy sushi rice cake, again with that
There you go.
house-made sweet Thai
John,
chili
you're
sauce.
drooling on your mouth.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I think I got to get down there for all three of those items. But how would people find you? Do you have a website? I mean, how would they get in touch with you? Or, maybe they're listening from Fort Myers and they've never been down. Maybe they've driven past, but they don't know you're there on Fifth Avenue. How would they find you?
Yeah, just visit us on bistro821.com, or I can just give out my personal cell phone number. I don't mind it. I'm actually an active worker in the restaurant, which is a little unique to the Fifth Avenue. I think
You were behind the bar, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fill in wherever I needed. But my name is Scott Williams, and my cell phone number is 614-230-6915. And come into the restaurant, and you'll see me, like Alfie said, maybe bartending. But really what I most enjoy is what I've done in my past, and that is treating people with respect and making sure that every single person, 100% of everyone that walks through the door has a signature experience.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we're talking about, economics also in the region and, the price of things going up. And you talked about holding prices steady. What do you see, especially in the off season like we're in now? Do you see a little bit of a lull, or is it something that you have to do something to attract new diners? Because you're I assume, always want to reach different people that haven't been to your restaurant before.
Yeah, it's a really great question. And every year's different. I haven't been here for very long, but when I look at market numbers, I'm looking back from 2019 before COVID and then the surge. But really, we are trying to hold steady. We're not doing a bunch of 50% off discounts. We really pride ourselves on being priced at the right place.
You're not commoditizing yourself, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. And, Fifth Avenue or Naples is probably down 15 to 20% when I look at our numbers comparatively. But Jonathan and I, just talking along with Jesse on a daily basis, we're holding our own without doing anything crazy from a commodity perspective.
Jesse, let me ask you a question. You've been working at this restaurant before you became an owner? Is that true, or were you always co-owner?
At the very, very beginning, I was hired
Co-owner.
as the chef by Michael Hernandez. But within a year or so, it was a big success, and he offered me a small bit of the ownership. And then through the years, as the owners have, come along and moved along, I've, purchased and, gotten to the point where I own 50%.
Good. So now you're no longer cooking? Are you done with that?
At this point, I'm a little too old to be hanging out on the line and trying to get through the brutal nights. That's stuff for, young guys like Jonathan. I'm more in the background now, making sure everything is going the way it's supposed to go, and that people see Scott. I mean, I think Scott is a classic reason why the Bistro is successful. I mean, having somebody like him who's going to be at the Bistro for years that you can identify with, instead of somebody at a big corporate restaurant who, I don't know, are you going to see the same manager even next month? And are they going to know you beyond a computer screen? So I'm just super stoked for our future.
Well, good. I'm going to ask Jonathan, as the chef here, what really kind of specials are you offering to compete with other restaurants?
Well, first we offer, a 2 for $52 entree. 2 for $52 deal. So you're going to get a bottle of wine and 2 entrees.
Oh, man.
Sea bass, huh?
Sea bass is an upgrade, and so is our coconut crusted snapper, but we have many other options on there to appeal everyone. We also run a wonderful happy hour from 4 to 7 every single night.
What are your hours at this restaurant?
4 to 9:30 approximately. If we're busier, then we stay open a little bit later. If
Okay.
we're slower, then we'll close down 9:15 or so.
That's one thing about Naples. After about 8 o'clock, it seems like everybody's in bed.
You are
Not
right
like
there.
here in Fort Myers.
65 and over, you know. Down.
Well, good. Listen, we're almost at the end. Scott, what would you like to say towards the end of your interview here?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to have a shameless plug for our espresso martini.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's kind of our brand, and I'm excited as we're not doing any major changes, but we are doing some unique, different things. We're starting our espresso martini flight. We have one with tequila and Tia Maria. We have a couple of different varieties with rum, a mocha rum espresso martini, and a caramel rum martini. And then, of course, our traditional vanilla Stoli and Bailey's is always something to die for. But come on in, check it out. I'll be behind the bar. And we're excited to be a part of the community. And we give back, and we just want to support your show.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have an extensive wine list, too, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. Well, we're so blessed to be in studio with the owners and the chef of Bistro 821, Scott Williams, Chef Jonathan DeRue, and Jesse Hausman, who was the original chef back in 1994. And if you want to check them out on 5th Avenue in Naples, go to bistro821.com. That's bistro821.com. You're listening to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner Alfie Townsend. You can give Alfie a call here at any time, 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. Don't go away. We're going to be right back right after this break with more talk about your financial future. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. This is Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional. I'm here with Pastor John Antonucci, and we're going to give you some information right now that some of it's going to make you feel good, some of it's going to make you feel maybe not so good, but we're going to change that right up. But again, welcome to the show. And John, let's get right into this.
Yeah, great to be here today. We're going to talk about the 2024 Annual Retirement Study by Allianz Life. And if you want to put your decisions that you've been having on hold into high gear, you want to get a hold of Alfie's free toolkit. Get a hold of that toolkit by texting the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. You know, inside that toolkit, it's going to give you a wide range of materials such as, will your money last as long as you do? You need to know that. How are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? The Social Security Decisions Guide. Get a hold of Alfie's free toolkit by texting or calling the operator right now, 239-747-1077, or text the word KIT, K-I-T, to that number and get a hold of Alfie's free toolkit that will get you to and through retirement. You know, Alfie, nearly 2 in 3 Americans say they worry more about running out of money than death. That's amazing. And they have concerns about inflation, Social Security, and taxes contributing to the fear. What are some of the findings? You know, this study was done, a broad, wide-ranging study by Allianz Life, and they had some key findings that I'm sure our listeners would be interested in.
You know, you're right about that. When you talk about death and running out of money, 63% are more worried about running out of money than death. Think about that. So that, I guess that's a good thing in a sense. You know, as you being a pastor, that means maybe they feel okay. They know that they're going to be okay at death.
Yeah, it's probably because you don't know when it's going to happen, but money you can see with your eyes.
That's right. Money you can see with your eyes. And you know, I'm an executive producer of this movie, The Psychology of Retirement, and it's about income planning. And so this movie, it was done very professional, matter of fact, from Hollywood producers. And this is going to be running here in Southwest Florida real soon, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But in the meantime, it's really about income planning, and that is a number one concern people have in retirement is running out of money. Another thing, it says 43% say high inflation contributes to their worry about running out of money. Again, you go to the grocery store, you go to the restaurants. Everything is more than it used to be by quite a bit. Not just, they say inflation got up to 9%, and then now it's hovering at 3.5% or whatever. It's not, though. If you go to a grocery store, there's some items, there's some major parts that are still, 19, 20% higher than it was just 2 years ago.
Right.
And that's a lot, especially if you're on a fixed budget, you're on a limited income. This is something you have to be concerned about. And 35% say lifetime income payments was a top solution to their concern about running out of money. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There's ways that you can create your own pension, okay? And there's some that have, increase for inflation. There's some that will stay the same, but it's a high number. But you can run out of money, but you won't run out of income. So there's some things out there as a certified financial planner professional. There's ways that we can show you different vehicles that can get you to and through retirement. We're always talking about portfolios. We're always talking about the managers that we have. We're always talking about fighting inflation with the portfolios. We talk about our structured notes that give you that 7, 8, 9% income flow. But then there's other vehicles out there. If you say, I want to guarantee that I can never run out of money, all you're doing is you're creating your own pension. We can show you how to create your own pension. The pension was taken away from you many, many years ago when they came out with in 1974 with ERISA, with the 401ks. When those came out, they put the onus on you versus the employer. Now it's on you. So you have to, put your money, save your money. But what are you going to do once you save it? How are you going to create income with it? We can show you where you can, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, that was part of that movie that I am, executive producer of, and it talks about people need a written income plan, how they're going to get to and through retirement during good times and bad times. So if you don't have a written income plan, let us put one together for you. And this will talk about your income. It will talk about taxes. It will talk about legacy. It talks about everything.
Yeah, there's nobody better in the industry to put together an income plan and a strategy that's not a cookie-cutter approach, but a custom, tailor-made plan specifically for your financial needs. And that's Alfie Townsend, who is a certified financial planner professional. He's not only certified, he has 40 years experience in this industry doing that. And he's a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, not to the products or services that he offers. And he has a plethora of different products and services that he can put you into, and he's going to tailor make it to you. You owe it to yourself to sit down with him in Fort Myers or Naples, meet his team. He's got an incredible team here at the Advantage Retirement Group, and they will take you through a real trip down, not memory lane, but into your future to be able to create a customized, tailor-made plan that will get you to and through retirement. Alfie has what's called a retirement simulator process that will take a deep dive into your current portfolio, that will see what's really going on under the layers where you can't see. He's going to expose hidden fees that could be eating up your returns that you don't see on your prospectus every single time. He's going to make sure that you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting, and he is going to tailor make an income plan and a strategy that will really blow your mind because he's done this for so many years. You owe it to yourself to take a look, and he's going to take your portfolio back 5 years and put it side by side with what you have. And if you're happy and you like what you have, he's going to tell you that you're on course. But if not, you might need to make a change. Give him a call, or better yet, text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Sit down with him in Fort Myers or Naples. Tell the operator you want to meet with him, or text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077. We're talking about a 2024 annual retirement study by Allianz Life. Alfie, you read a recent survey based on 4,500 investors, and they were asked their level of concern about the impact of various risks, such as government reducing Social Security income, which could be a possibility for our seniors, Medicare benefits, inflation, tax increase. It also stated that the average female investors tend to have more retirement concerns than male investors. What are the statistics and what are the concerns, and why do our listeners need to really pay attention to this as you address it today?
Well, they really need to pay attention. The government reducing Social Security, retirement income. This is the concern is 52% with the female and 36% with the male. Okay, that's statistic is. 36% of males think that Social Security is going to be reduced, and it will be reduced, because if you look at the debt that we have, okay, they're going to either have to just keep taxing us, they're going to have to raise our taxes. That's why we always talk about Roth conversions, to do something about it, or they're going to have to make it where you full retirement. It used to be 65, now it's 67. Now it could be 70. That means you're not getting your full benefit till 70. So they keep raising the rates up. You only pay taxes on Social Security up to a certain dollar amount. It's like $115,000 of income. But who's to say they can't raise it to unlimited, or 200,000 or 300,000? These are big. There's a lot of room that they can do to get money for Social Security. So just be aware that benefits are going to either be reduced, or something's going to have to happen with Social Security, or it's going to.
I'll stop giving other countries. Wouldn't that be a great thing?
That would be the thing.
Yeah.
And reducing Medicare. This is another concern that people have. Is again, the women are at 52% think that reducing Medicare benefits is going to happen, where there's only 32% or 36%, the same as Social Security. So the guys are there, they're playing their golf and drinking their beer and not worried about, while the spouse, the ladies in the house are concerned, because they see, and they tend to probably think different than guys do. They do
outlive us too,
and they outlive us. So
Yeah.
there are concerns. They outlive us by typically 7 years. So they are concerned about what's happening out there and how to protect it. There's a lot that we need to talk about. Inflation, again, the same thing. High statistics. Women are much more concerned about inflation than men. But if you think about it, we've had inflation for quite some time now, and it's something that you do need to be concerned with. So if you're not really doing anything to really put yourself in a position to take advantage of what we have right now, this is something you need to do.
Yeah, you need to be proactive, because you have concerns, and all the indicators from this survey really shows that. And the concerns of what's keeping you up at night could be different than your spouse or different from your neighbor. And you really need to address that. And the way to address that is to have knowledge and information, because information really will put your mind at ease, in the sense, not that everything is going to be perfect, but if you have a plan, you can get to where you need to go. And Alfie has really put together a program that can help you get to and through retirement. One of the ways that he does that is he has a toolkit that he has made available to you. And inside that toolkit, it will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. There's white papers in there that you need to read. You need to do it today. Will your money last as long as you do? You need to answer that question, because a lot of people are afraid that their money is not going to be there for the rest of their life. Are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? If Alfie can reduce your tax liability, that's going to put more dollars in your pocket each and every year. Social Security Decisions Guide, if you haven't taken it yet, when is the opportune time to maximize your personal benefits? And will a recession or inflation rob your retirement? Get a hold of this toolkit. All you have to do is call the operator and ask for it, or you simply can text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Again, text the word KIT to 239-747-1077. It's time for a worry-free retirement. Get Alfie's toolkit today. It's absolutely free. We want you to stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break. We're going to talk about more questions that need to be answered in your financial future. So don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie's brand new book, Making Waves in Retirement, has been in high demand, and due to popular demand, Alfie's making a complimentary copy available to you today. Don't hesitate. Don't wait to the end of this broadcast. Pick up your smart device right now and either text the word book, B-O-O-K, or call the operator at 239-747-1077. Again, Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. You don't want to miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he has helped save over the years. That's why he names this broadcast Saving the Investor, because he wants to save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street. Get your free complimentary copy of his brand new book, Making Waves in Retirement. Text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077, or call the operator and you will be able to get a hold of that. We're talking about a 2024 annual retirement study by Allianz Life. We're talking about people that are worried about running out of money more than they are of dying. You have concerns about inflation, Social Security, taxes, contributing to the fear, all the things that we're up against. Alfie, what are some of the other common questions that you hear from your clients? I know that you talk to them on a regular basis, weekly actually, that a lot of things that are keeping them up at night.
That's a great question. Really, I want to ask them, are they taking full advantage of opportunities that come their way? Because there's a lot of times you have opportunities and you might not notice it's an opportunity, or you might not see it, or you're afraid of change. And the thing about change is it's constant. And a very successful mentor of mine, when I was a very young age, he taught me that change is important and change is constant, and you have to always be looking for, because technology changes, things change, and if you're not changing, you might be falling behind. We had someone that came in last week, and they're in the process of moving over to us. They had their advisor for 40 years, and he pretty much they outgrew their advisor, and they still talk to him, I should say, but they're not keeping up with the market at all. They're not even coming close to it. And we showed them, when we do that retirement simulator, we showed them side by side, and sure enough, their account was pretty much just going sideways up a little bit, and it wasn't nothing compared to what we would do for them. And we also did it with the same amount of risk. We didn't do it with crazy risk. We did it with the same amount of risk. So they had them in international funds. They had them in a lot of bonds. They had them in things that it just was not keeping up with inflation. His concern was, Alfie, man, I see this big. I said, and I showed him not just the percentages. I showed him, how much it cost him over the last 3 years was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that would have been added to his account. But he said, I've had them for 40 years. How do I make that change? I said, it's very easy. I said, you don't have to talk to your advisor about, the returns. This isn't about returns. This isn't about, not performing. This is just about, in his case, it was very easy because it was up north and they live here full time. It was very easy. It was. I wanted a local advisor. I wanted an advisor that is local, that I can meet with, that I can see face to face, and that specializes in income planning. As John talked about, on the survey, it talked about one of the bigger concerns that people have is outliving their income more than anything, more than dying. It was, it was much higher percent than them worrying about dying. So outliving your income is a very, very big concern, and that advisor really wasn't tackling that, how they were going to do that. And I will say, I'm not just picking on that advisor, John. Most advisors do not know where to take the income from. They take it from a percent of the overall portfolio. What we do is we set up accounts, like if it's our structured note that's paying, let's say, 8%, we use that money just to pay that monthly income that they need. Then we have other money that's growing. Then we have other money that's protected. We have other money that's for emergency. So we make different buckets of money to give you, what you need out of each one, but they all serve a different purpose. So and as a certified financial planner professional, our job is to put a plan together for you that will get you to and through retirement. It's not just putting a portfolio together and walking away. There's a lot that goes really into a plan. If you don't have a written retirement plan to show you where the money's coming from and how long it's going to last, then it's something that you want to, let John give you the number to give us a call and let us do a review. It's the best time to do a review. It's when you're planning something, you want to be proactive, not reactive. We always say reactive, all you're doing is you're fixing your mistakes. Proactive is eliminating as much as you can by mistakes.
Yeah, there's no better planner than a certified financial planner. And Alfie has that designation, and he also has 40 years experience doing this. So he is the best voice and the best one to guide you to and through retirement. Alfie does that review in his office in Fort Myers or Naples. You want to take advantage of that and go through the retirement simulator process. Like he said, it'll take you back 5 years. And if he can give you a better plan and better options that will get you increase into your retirement years, why not take advantage of that? Why don't you listen to what he has to say and just take a look at the plan that he would provide for you? Because sometimes you think you're on the road, but you're on the wrong road, and you might need to make a change. You can do that. He's going to show you the way. Pick up the phone, call the office, or text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077. He's going to take a deep dive into your current portfolio, see what's going on, make sure that you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're rebalancing, that you're staying on course to the mix of asset classes that you want to have into your retirement years. He's going to show you the proper way, make sure that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return, also expose any hidden fees that might be inside your portfolio that could be eating up your returns as well. 239-747-1077. Call the operator or text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077. Alfie, you know, there's a lot of voices out there, a lot of people speaking about finances, different things, a lot of people doing financial advice that don't even have any type of degree doing that or any type of designation. Where are investors getting the advice they need to address their concerns?
Well, that's, they probably get a lot from the internet. I say by using someone that is a certified financial planner professional, that this is what they do, this is what they specialize in. 88% of Americans would like to talk to a financial professional. And what are they talking about? They're talking about, what can that do for you? So you want to try to return, maximize your returns, get higher returns on your investments. So yeah, you do pay us for your services. Okay, you don't want us if you don't, if we're not getting paid. There's no motive in there to try to do the best we can for you. And if we can show you, give you things that you cannot get on your own, that's what I always say. We will give you managers that you can't get on your own. We will give you accounts that you cannot get on your own. So this is, so our goal is to increase your returns. Our goal also is to, tell you when the optimal time to take your Social Security. If you're not on it yet, we'll analyze it for you. And we also are looking at products and services that can give you an income. We want to create your own pension plan, which is a lifetime income. And if something happens to you, it goes to your spouse. That is what people's concern is that they run out of income, they run out of money. So this is what we're, and not every financial planner can do, what we do, because a lot of them just specialize in, hey, we'll build you a portfolio and we'll monitor that portfolio and make changes to that portfolio. But you need more than just a portfolio. You need to take taxes in consideration. So what we're saying is there's a lot that goes on when you're dealing with a total retirement plan. And John gave you the number a few times, and I'm going to give it again to see if you'd like to come in and see if we can put you in a better position to get you to and through retirement. So our number is 239-747-1077, 239-747-1077. If you'd like to set up a time where we can just do a review, do a sit down, do a review. Might just be a phone appointment. That's okay too. So we can make that happen. Again, you're listening to Saving the Investor. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida, certified financial planner professional. If you've never seen our TV show, it's called Saving the Investor. It's on NBC right after Meet the Press at 11 o'clock every Sunday, 11 to 11:30. It's a show that we get a lot of viewers and a lot of great response from it. So I hope if you've never seen it, you can check that out. And again, thank you for listening to Saving the Investor. And thank Jake, our producer of our show. Make us sound good. So until next week, have a fantastic week and be blessed.